The Shenandoah Valley is Virginia's agricultural breadbasket, with a diverse farm and food sector that includes dairy, beef, poultry, orchards, greenhouses, vegetable community-supported agriculture operations, and more. Agriculture and farming in the Shenandoah Valley is an important economic driver and key industry for many communities. Since much of the valley is located within the headwaters of the Shenandoah River Basin, which drains into the Chesapeake Bay, it is important for farmers to be good managers of their farms and the surrounding natural resources. Good farm and environmental management are essential ingredients and tools for financial success and the well-being of current and future generations. Therefore, conserving natural resources and building soils that hold water and reduce the risk of nutrient runoff, erosion, and flooding is critical to farming. Healthy soils that are part of a farm's overall conservation strategy for protecting water quality and preventing too much nitrogen, phosphorus, and sediment from entering our local streams in the Chesapeake Bay also produce healthier crops and make good business sense. As support for local agriculture grows and more people reconnect to local food and farms, an opportunity emerges to highlight the efforts of these producers. Producers like the Drivers of JMD Farms, who share some of the steps they have taken to implement sustainable agricultural and environmental practices.
My name is Ginny Driver with JMD Farm. This farm came into our family in 1850. So it's been multiple generations, over 150 years. And this is my father, Millard Driver. We raise grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, pastured poultry, free-range eggs, and wooded pork here on the farm.
What's important about the farm is, we've been here for quite a while, and we're carrying on a tradition of stewardship, I believe. Our roots are quite deep here, and we love the land. It's I think it's kind of in our blood, and we enjoy being associated with the land and producing a product that's healthy and good for people to eat. What I think we would like people to know about how we manage the land is that we put an extremely high premium on turf, on grass. A lot of people, I think, don't realize that grass is the basis for all the life on the farm. Everything we do here depends on grass. It's the thing that converts solar energy to energy in our bodies. And I think there's a lot of people that don't know that. And it helps to cement that relationship with the land. And so obviously erosion control is extremely important to us. The way we manage our grass is important to both the longevity of the turf, the quality of the feed for the livestock, and the absence of erosion. We do use rotational grazing here. We're standing right on the top of a hill where you can see a fence over to the right here that's electrified, and there's another one off to the left, and there's another one on down over the hill past that. So we move our cattle between the various patches of land because we know that we get A, better efficiency in grazing, and B, we protect the turf that we have here.
One of the programs that we're involved in here at JMD Farm is the CREP program, which is Conservation Reserve Enrichment Program. We became involved in this program, time flies when you're having fun, what was that,
6 years?
6 years ago. And even before that, we were fencing out waterways. So the idea with CREP is any wet area on your farm, you put basically you build fence and put a riparian buffer around. That allows sediment from your fields, any runoff that you might be getting, from ever getting into the waterway. That buffer area is 30 feet on both sides of our wet areas, whether it's streams or ponds that we might have here on the farm. We don't spread any synthetic chemicals at this time, fertilizers or pesticides to speak of, but in any program or any farm that one would be spreading that, those obviously riparian areas would be that much more important to keep any of that excess runoff from entering that waterway. And then on the other side of that, not only does it keep sediment and any chemicals from getting to that waterway, but it keeps the livestock out. So it just creates this super healthy ecosystem around those streams because you have all of that, you know, wonderful grass growth, and you don't have the bank erosion and stuff that you would see where animals are able to access those streams. You get more mitigation from floods. It really provides a great area. If we've got water flowing from another farm through our property, then ideally those good healthy areas are going to be able to keep sediment from passing on down to the farm below us. And then because it keeps the livestock out of the waterways, it also obviously keeps them from defecating in those waterways. So you don't have, not only do you not have that indirect source of pollution, but you don't have that direct source of pollution either.
One of the real advantages that we enjoyed from the CREP program was that we now water our cows out of a reservoir that we have near the house. We put the pump in that reservoir, and that pumps the water to all the waterers around the farm. So I think we've improved herd health to an extent as well, because the cows aren't in these places drinking water that they've been standing in and lounging in the daytime. So that's been a benefit. One of the real challenges I think faced by agriculture in Augusta County and agriculture in general is to be profitable and not defer cost to the environment. That I suppose is the key. It's possibly difficult to make a living on a farm and not defer cost to the environment, but I think it's possible, and that's one of the real challenges. Deferring a bit of land to protect a waterway is an expense, an obvious expense to a farmer. We're in the CREP program here, and honestly, you know, our very best ground is fenced out for CREP because it's in the bottoms where the streams are, and that's where all that eroded soil went to when it washed off our hills. But it's important to do that. We've got to protect that water resource. The use of chemicals is a real challenge, I think, to farmers. How do we judiciously use chemicals and not have a long-term adverse effect on the groundwater, on the quality of the water we're pumping out in our wells, and those kinds of issues?
Our general philosophy here at the farm is to leave the land better than we found it. Because we're a generational farming family, you know, one of the things that Dad wants to see and I want to see is that, you know, his grandson and my nephew, or my children, if I have one, to have some at some point, will be able to continue to farm this land, and that'll be more productive than it is right now. And we know that we're only going to have that happen if we take extreme care with what we've been given, and we hold that extremely important to leave it better year after year, just to make the land a lot better than we found it.
By supporting local producers in agriculture, you are helping to build health, wealth, capacity, and connection in your community and region. Each time you buy local, you can contribute to a stronger, healthier food system, watershed, and economy.